Welcome to today's big news. We're going to be dropping some key things about Assassin's Creed, some good news, some bad news, and some stuff about the channel that affects the channel as well. So just lock in and rock with me. Before we do have giveaways. We're changing the giveaways because of the news that I'm going to be talking about today. If you didn't know, Assassin's Creed got delayed 3 months, all the way up until February. And we were going to give away copies of this game, and we still are, but I've changed the giveaways. I want to make it so that I can do some giveaways for the holidays. The goal was for November, December, give away some copies and things like that. Now that the game is delayed, I can't give you a copy. I wish I could. That would be nice. But we're going to give you different games and just prizes in general. So just look out for that. If you want to end up getting Assassin's Creed anyways, you will. But that's just something I wanted to talk about just to start off the video to make sure that everyone knows what's going on with that. And so that being said, that was a part of the information that I wanted to share. Assassin's Creed's official account posted a big post explaining that they wanted to take some time to polish the game, work on new technology, and continue to build on the game. And they apologize for the inconvenience, but they decided that February 14th, 2025 is the best release time. And this is pretty much me stating what they said without getting into every single detail from the post that they made. And so while this is something that I'm not happy about, because again, as you guys know, it's one of my favorite series, and also, you know, the game's just looking amazing. To be honest with you, it was going to be one of my most anticipated games because of what they're doing with this, you know, overall experience. But I can't get mad because, hey, if they really want to make the best game possible, and this goes for every single studio, if they delay their game until they feel it's ready, I think that that's better than us asking them to release it today, right? If it's up to the player, we'll say, hey, give it to me right now. But when somebody's baking a cake, you don't say, give it to me now before they can finish it, right? You wait until it's done and then you think. So I'm basically let them cook. Let them cook. And so that's what's been going down. It sucks for me. November was a good month for me to play. I was going to basically dedicate a whole month to this game. But now February, and yeah, February 14th is Valentine's Day. So maybe if you're single, this is great. Hopefully we'll see if I'm single by then. But anyways, to talk about the other news and a couple of other topics. So the giveaway stuff, I'm basically just going to change, just do different giveaways for the holidays. Then come February, we'll see about giving you guys copies for that game as well. So, you know, maybe $70 giveaway for someone in the holidays to basically get the game when the time comes if you want, or just spend it on something totally different since it's not releasing. And then they talked about a couple of other things with Assassin's Creed. You know, we know that they have a big line of projects, right? So I don't want to confirm or deny specifics because there's a lot of rumors, to be honest with you, and there's not a lot of facts on what is coming for Assassin's Creed. But what I can say is there's rumored for an online mode, and I want to kind of just touch on it. So the online mode, you know, is said to be, and this is rumored from a company called Insiders Game. So basically the rumor was that they have a multiplayer, pretty much just like its own standalone game, where they basically giving people competitive things. Think about the game Fall Guys and other games that are kind of like a group of people competing to win. And I think it could be interesting because parkour is very cool in Assassin's Creed. So I could imagine there's some races and some climbing, obstacles and things like that. Personally, I know that I'm probably like very few and in between. If you guys ever played the multiplayer for Assassin's Creed in previous games, where you're stealthing and you're hunting other players and you're in a map and they're disguised as a civilian, and it's pretty amazing stuff. Those modes to me were fun and they were interesting and I loved it. I thought it was something different and unique, and I honestly wish they kept making those. Unfortunately, they did not, and they weren't very popular, as you can see. So I don't know if that's a part of what the plan is, but I hope that they kind of implement some of those older modes into it as well, because they were nice, and maybe upgrade them and change them for the better. But personally, I enjoyed it, and I think it's fun and interesting. And now talking about online stuff, right? This is the biggest rumor that I don't know if it's true. Very speculation heavy, and I'm not here to spread rumors, guys. I don't want you guys to come to my channel looking for rumors, because that's not what I offer. I try to just talk about the games I'm interested in, enjoy, and share some guides and tips and tricks when I can. So feel free to leave comments on what you're looking forward for me to cover. I'll let you know if I'm interested in it. And luckily I get to pick what I feel, I enjoy rather than covering everything. So I'm not going to cover something you specifically say, I'll be honest, unless it's something I'm interested in. I'm open-minded though. So if there's some new thing I never heard of, I can check it out. So feel free to share. But they talked about this specific thing, and I'm kind of delaying it. Apologies here, but the co-op for this game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, I think it's the most outrageous thing to just say, because you're building up. Like for me, I have this game as one of the biggest games for me. Like what they're doing in this game, everything you're watching here, whether you're the samurai badass combat, which I'm loving, or you're playing as the shinobi here, where you're sneaking around, getting through areas, doing all this cool stealthing, and the environment design is really special in my opinion. But now I'm in love with this, and the fact that they're daring to say that there's possibly a co-op mode being developed, it's just a rumor, but you're basically trying to take this game to the next level beyond what it is, because I love co-op, hanging out with friends, family, even just random people. It's kind of fun, and I could play a whole game again because it feels so different when you play co-op. And so my brain can't process that Assassin's Creed is about to go co-op. It still can't go. I can't process it. And maybe it's a different mode, and this is where the conversation between you guys, would you want a full story co-op? Something that all of us would want, right? I think. But, or would you want it like Ghost of Tsushima, where they had the single player mode, which made perfect sense, and then they give you the co-op, which was a separate storyline that you can play through and play with multiple people, not just one. I'm sorry, no, you can play with one player on a storyline, and then there's the co-op modes where you were defending and things like that. And if they took that exact thing, Assassin's Creed will get to the next level. Like for me, this is the honest truth. Honest truth is, a lot of you people, and I'm saying you people, that's a bad way to speak, but a lot of you people kind of are pretty messed up in the head about Assassin's Creed, right? Like even my friends and family are like, oh, it's just another copy open world game. And I'm like, have you played Assassin's Creed? They're very different, and some of them are very great and special. Not all of them are perfect, or any of them are perfect. And there are some unique aspects to them, and you're missing out on a great game because you want to try to stick it's just a copy and paste over and over again. Here we go. When I totally disagree with that, but that's just me. What do I know, right? But yeah, so I completely disagree, and I've played this series, every single game, and I know that they're very different. And so you're gonna miss out. And if they did co-op, you're really gonna miss out because now you can hang with a friend and just enjoy the vibes. Um, think that we've gotten to a weird place in gaming where like one game drops an open world and everybody's like, "Oh, it's so perfect," and then another game does it, and if it's from a company you might not appreciate or that you ignore, you're like, "Ah, that game sucks." It's like, nah, you're missing out, dude. Don't confuse your lack thereof enjoying something with it not being good. It's like pizza's still good, whether you eat it or not. I love pizza. So that's just kind of my perspective with Assassin's Creed. Just like, yo, pizza's pizza, man. Don't miss out. And so if the co-op comes, guys, I'm going to be ecstatic because Assassin's Creed deserves that. And then the multiplayer, it's a separate thing. But what was told to me by another insider was that there's 10 games that they're going to be dropping within 5 years. They have like a plan for certain games. And that can be saturated, but there's a bunch of different studios working on this. So it's not one studio or the other. So it makes me excited and interested in like, okay, what are these multiplayers? What are these co-op things that you're doing? And there's a bunch of other stuff. And the remakes are talking about remasters. I'm sorry, the 10 games, there's a lot of remakes and remasters in there. And I think that would be great as well. I mean, I want the original Assassin's Creed. That was what brought me to the series and fell in love with the overall experience. And I thought that game's parkour is still some of the best in the series because you had to really manually jump and press the buttons. Nowadays, you could just hold the left stick up and end up climbing all over the place, but you're not actually parkouring compared to the old days where you did have to parkour, you had to manually jump, and you can do all types of cool stuff. And that's a whole different video to talk about parkour, but basically the remakes are going to be the best in my opinion. If you could make part 1, 2, and 3, modern controls, modern graphics, some new AI updates, and enhance certain things, I think it would be amazing. And then of course the regular new releases that they'll have in different locations and different areas, that could be fun. And then of course the storyline of, if it's true or not, again, rumors, the co-op and the multiplayer. So who knows? I'm happy with both. Let's get it. It would be a exciting thing to add to the game, in my opinion. Feel free to share what you're thinking about all this. And again, remember, I did have a giveaway for Assassin's Creed, and we're still doing that for February, but it's the holidays coming up. I wanted to give back to the community. So we're going to do a regular giveaway for that, kind of replacing the Assassin's Creed giveaway, basically adding an extra giveaway, in other words. So check it out. I got to change up some of the information on my description and do an announcement for you guys. But man, I appreciate y'all. Hope y'all excited about this game the way I am, and we can enjoy the co-op if it does come out. All right. Go ahead and watch the next video, man. Get it, lock in, man. We want to build this channel even more than it is already. Appreciate y'all. See you on the next one.